Hey there, everybody. It's Mike Delisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Cellulose, a plant cell biology game coming to us from Genius Games. 60 to 90 minutes, 1 to 5 players. This is part of a line of games that Genius has put out that has usually some type of scientific element behind it. And I played Genotype earlier this year, and that's a game I really enjoy, so I'm very much looking forward to see what Cellulose is about. Outgrow your friends in Cellulose, a plant cell biology game. Up to 5 players are transported inside the walls of a plant cell where they build life through cellular processes like photosynthesis and respiration. Through daily phases, players develop their strategies and contribute to the vitality of the shared cell. So, based off of other Genius games that I've played, as I said, it almost has this look and feel of a educational game, and there are certainly things that you can learn, but they're very much modern hobby board games as well. So let's see if this kind of looks like it continues in that way. And speaking of, here are some of the others that we talked about. I was mentioning Genotype, you got Subatomic and Periodic, Ecosystem. So this is something that I found in other games as theirs as well, where they actually do talk about the science behind the game, which is very cool. But again, I want to emphasize that these are games. They are very much in the style of modern hobby board games that you've probably come across. So let's take a look at the rule book. Here we see our game components, illustrated setup guide for you here. All right. And then we've got the game concepts. It's played over a series of rounds, which are days, and each round has 3 phases: sunrise, daytime, and evening. They talk about the cell wall, the water level track, the central vacuole, resource benefits and costs. And then they talk about the different phases. Each round begins with the sunrise phase, in which players receive income according to the plant board and any of the cell component cards they may have played, which have sunrise bonuses, and they go into more detail about that. Then you've got the daytime phase, where they take turns placing one of their action markers on an available action space and taking the corresponding action. There are 2 types of action spaces, small and large. All right, and then they talk about the different actions. You can collect water, collect CO2, make carbohydrates, build the cell wall, make ATP, mitochondria, collect proteins, ribosomes, collect plant hormones, plant growth. You take the first player marker in the nucleus. And then you can also take cell component cards. Then in the daytime phase, you're playing cards. You can play 1 cell component card from your hand by paying its cost. They talk about the different types of cards: starch cards, enzyme cards, specialization cards. And then you've got the evening phase. Once everyone's placed their action markers, advance to the evening phase to reset the board for the next round. All right. Ending the game when the cell wall is complete during the cell wall step of the evening phase, the game is over. And then they talk about some rules, clarifications here, and obviously also point scoring, final point scoring. We've got different scenarios that you can play with as well. And Cellulose can also be played as a solo game. It looks like you have an Automa opponent named Ivy. All right. I'm certainly interested in that as a solo player, and they go into more detail about how Ivy works. All right. And you got a nice reference guide on the back as well. So let's take a look at the components. We've got what I believe they're calling the plant board here, which is nice, thick cardboard. Looks like it is double-sided. I think one of the variants was having a different plant board. All right, so that's very nice. We've got some cardboard components here. A nice big, I'm assuming maybe that's the first player marker. I don't know. It looks like it could be. We've got some other tokens as well here, obviously. And it looks like we've got, this one is kind of a linen finish feel almost. I don't know if this is, maybe this could be a solo board. I'm not positive on that. Then we've got a double-sided board here, which could be based on player count. I'm not positive there, but all right, so let's just take a quick look here. All right, you can see one side of the board. Let's flip it over and take a look at the other side of the board here. There we go. All right, and then let's look at the remaining components in the game. Looks like we've got cards. So we'll look at those in a moment. But we've also got some plastic and wooden components. These kind of acrylic cubes, these nice translucent acrylic cubes here. Then we've got some wooden components, some of which are screen printed. So taking a look, we've got all different kinds of multicolored wooden components, some screen printing, as I said there, like that I assume is a point marker. All right. It looks like primarily the screen printing is on those point markers, but a whole bunch of different wooden components there. I think you can get a pretty good idea on what's on board there. A lot of custom shaped wooden meeples. And then let's take a look at the cards. All right. Some starch cards here. These are linen finished by the feel. Some specialization cards. I do like the graphic design quite a bit. Looks nice and clean. Enzymes. These strike me as potentially solo cards. I'm not positive, but it kind of has that look. Got some scenario cards, a cactus scenario and a mangrove scenario, and then, whoops, we've got some player aid cards, solo and otherwise. All right, well, this is a game that I am very much looking forward to checking out. As I said in the beginning, I've enjoyed the Genius games that I've played in the past, and maybe I'll even learn a little something. Who knows? I would not say that I am an expert by any means in molecular biology. All right, that is Cellulose. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.